Hello everyone, it's Barry with Keep It Simple Paper Crafts. I'm here today to do another tutorial on how to make a card. And this time we're going to use the Keep It Simple Back to Basics Etched Metal Dies Party Dress to make a cute dress design using some pattern paper and the dies in this set. Now this die set has 4 different pieces to it. Let me go over those with you. First you have the actual base for this party dress. Then you have the little decorations that will go on top of the party dress. Then you have the internal piece right here that you will cut out of white cardstock or a light cardstock so you can print your sentiment on it and do some handwriting when you send your card. And then it comes with this little flower die to add maybe like a little decoration on the shoulder, on the waist, wherever you want. We're not going to use this, but you can. For this design, I'm going to use something totally different. We're going to put this off to the side. All right. Now, let's get started. Now, I'm going to use for most of this, for the most of the design, for the Little Dreamer Keep It Simple collection pack. This collection pack is beautiful. It comes with this beautiful pastel colors. You can see the different little pieces you can cut up and take and add to different projects. But just take a look at all these beautiful pastel colors that come in this pack. Gorgeous. This is beautiful, these little rainbows. And then this one is so sweet. You got this checkerboard with the pastel colors, really gorgeous. One of my favorites is this pattern paper of this beautiful stripes. You've got these lovely flowers. And then finally, you've got the butterflies and the yellow. And these are the 2 that I'm going to use to create my party dress. All right, so let's get started. All you'll need is a color for your base. I'm going to use this off-white. Now, this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches, just so it'll fit into my machine, my die cut machine. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And really, this is about almost all the cutting we'll need to do. We just need to size our papers for the dies, okay? Let's bring out our the actual base for it. Now, a question we have had is that because this die is so long, you may have to have, some people are saying they use the long, you purchase separately, the long plates for your machine. I'm going to say you can still do it without buying these extra plates, and this is what I'm going to show you. I have got just the regular size plates. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this and I'm going to tack it down. Now this tape is right here. It's just some purple tape. It is just tacky. Don't use a Scotch tape or anything because you don't want the die to stick to it. You just want it to hold it down a bit. And I've even taken a little bit off so it doesn't stick too much. Stick to my paper too much because I don't want that. Now once I've got this down pretty good all the way through, I'm going to bring out my machine. There we go. And as you can see, with the plates that I have, they are just a small size, so it doesn't fit the whole way through. As you can see this. So what I'm going to do is just do half at once and then half again. So what I'm going to do is put it together and send it through. Okay, there we go. And then what I'm going to do is very carefully now just turn it around and run it through again, just very carefully. All right, let's get it started. I'll get it all the way through. All right. Now, let's see what it looks like. Move this out of the way. And see that it cuts just beautifully. Move this off. And you can see with this tape, because it goes through the layers, it does want to stick. So just very, 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 very carefully take off that tape as best you can. There we go. And again, we'll just take it through here. Just being very, very careful with this tape. Okay, and there we go. And there it is. Let's take this little piece off here. Won't really matter too much. There we go. And then with the crease in the center, there you go. And there is your party dress die cut and ready to decorate. So let's do that. Let's put that off to the side. Let's bring our plates back in. Okay. Now we want to decorate it. And I'm using, again, like I said, I'm going to use this beautiful butterfly print. And we're going to get the dress design. I'm going to cut this twice because what I want is I want the butterflies, and I also want, oh, actually, what I want is this one. I'm going to cut this once, actually, excuse me, because what I'm going to do is use this as the decoration. Get it started. There we go. And there we are. So you've got all these little pieces, which we were going to put on the dress a little bit later on. So here's all your pieces. What I'm going to do is just move these off here. Okay, we'll do these later. Even these little pieces right here we're going to use. Okay, now we need the base of the card to put these on because I want a different color. I want this yellow right here. So we're going to bring back our die here that we just did the base with. Okay, this is what we want. And I'm going to bring out my yellow piece. And I want the edge with just the scallops because that's going to be in the front of the dress. So what I'm going to do is place it on, just like we did with the base. However, we only want half of this. So I'm not going to tape it down because we're just going to run it through. Like this. Okay, watch carefully. I'm just going to send it through halfway. Okay. And then reverse it. Because remember, I only want the front of the dress. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's take the plates off. Perfect. Okay. Okay, see now you can see that I have just cut the front part of the dress. So I'm going to take my snips, and all I'm going to do, you'll see here that there is where the line is for when it folds in half. That's where I'm going to cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim off right along that score line, just like so. And there is our party dress front. Let's bring in our card here and let's put the pieces together. Okay. All right. So now all we're going to do is glue on the front. Your card is basically just done. Now you just have to decorate it. And this is what we're going to do now. Adding a little glue. There we go. And of course, because since this is the same size, what this is going to do is fit directly over the top of our card, just like so. All right. Now let's go ahead and place our little pieces. Now these are the little dress folds down below. And what this is I just go ahead and place them up there. I guess I could go in order. Do it from right to left or left to right. And what this is you're just putting these little panels on with a little bit of the background showing between them. So just a little glue on the back. And then, there you go. See, it's already starting to look like a cute little party dress. Such a fun die to use. It creates such fun images of these dresses. All right. And then we've got the bodice. We'll put the bodice on. And that goes right in here. And again, just lining it up with a little bit of the border around it. Now we've got our little pieces that are for the sleeve. There's three little sizes. I put the dark one on, or the largest of the three on top, like that. Like little raindrops, I guess. Okay, and then we get the middle ones. And they go right there. You can kind of see that. Okay. We want the tip of the little raindrop to go in the center, or up into the center. And then you got your smaller one, which goes here. There we go. Now it's looking really good. Now let's continue to add some fun stuff to it. So I have this back to basic ribbon, the lemon, and I'm going to use this soft lemon as the soft this soft piece of ribbon right here for the waistband here. So I'm just going to cut off a little bit here. We're going to use this a little bit later on. And then with just a little bit of glue, actually I'm going to use some double-sided glue here, or this double-sided tape here. Okay, just rip it off and glue it down. There we go. Then I'm going to go ahead and push this down here and then wrap the corners around. Okay, isn't that cute? Now, what I wanted to also do is I took some of this same ribbon and I created a little bow for it. Okay, just made a little bow. And what I'm going to do is take a little adhesive dot. You can kind of see this. I just roll it into a little piece of so it's not a circle, but more of a little stripe. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick it right on here. And then right in the center. Give it a little push. Now also for fun, I thought, I love these little butterflies. So what I did is I fussy cut these little butterflies out of the paper. And I cut these butterflies out of the 12 by 12 paper. I used the print, the 6 by 9, because the print was a little bit smaller. And then I took the 12 by 12 paper and just fussy cut out some of the butterflies. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use for this one, I'm going to do another sticky dot. And I'm going to use this little butterfly here, first and foremost. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right there on that little front there. And then just for added fun, what I'm going to do is add the little butterflies down here on the base of her dress. Just adding a little bit of fun right here. Let's do this. Do a yellow one here. And then these would look really cute if they were like used a pop dot or something to pop them up. And there you go. There is this cute little dress. Now, of course, as you can see, it's fine as it is if you just want to put your sentiment here. But now, because I wrapped the ribbon around here, what I want to do is take the inside die using some white paper, and we're going to cut this twice. And I'll show you what I mean here. Let's bring our plates back. Okay. And this is what this die does. It's just for the internal portion of the card. Okay. So here we go. We're going to run this through. Run it through once. And then we're going to run it through a second time. Just because I want two of these dress backings, I guess you'd say, or internal pieces. Okay. Let's go put these in. All right. And I'll show you what this means, what this does. There we go. All right, there we go. And there are my internal pieces. Now see, what this is fun is this will go right here. And the other one I'm going to put here just so it covers up this. But as you'll notice, because of the bottom portion of this, I am going to just cut this off just a little, just so my ruffles at the bottom of my dress will show and not the white. So I just took off a little bit. So this now is ready to go on the back here. So with a little bit of glue, there we go. All right, and then this goes over the top of here, just like so. And that covers up that ribbon a little bit, gives it just a cleaner look. I'm going to turn it around and then glue on the actual sentiment or signing page of your card, the internal portion. A little bit of glue. And put that down. All right, you ready to see the full card done? And there you go. There is the full card, completely done. And look, even with the white showing at the bottom, it looks like it's like a little under portion of the skirt too. I love that. Well, there it is. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope you have fun, and I hope that you're able to use and create with this dress die. It is very versatile, it is very fun, and until next time, great crafting, everyone. See you later.